Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Chainlink or Link. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So I have a ton of things to talk about. At the end of this video, I'm going to do some price predictions on Link and really kind of address to you guys why I do believe that Chainlink is going to do very, very well going forward. Now, obviously, we are up about 8.40%, up about 9% on the 7-day span. It's nothing too significant. Trading volume is up about 54%. We have been ranging on the last couple days between like this, $6 range. Between like the $6 and like 70 some cent zone to about like $7, and we officially kind of broke out a little bit today. Now, obviously, are we going to rally on Chainlink and it's going to go to a major price predictor or anything? No, not yet. And I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about why. I'm also going to be talking about my short-term targets and things like that. Obviously, on the 3-month span, though, you guys can see that the total addresses have been accumulating quite a bit, even since the beginning of May. If you actually look at it, we were at 660,000 total addresses, and now we're at roughly 668,000. So there's been quite a bit of buying and hodling of Chainlink, but that's not what I really want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about some short-term targets, and then I'm going to be talking to you guys about why these short-term targets are going to be monumental. So first off, we do see here from Crypto Tony, Link USD update, many calling, a bottom on Link, but not sure if they have seen, where we are hovering right above the untested demand zone, another drop pending. And now, of course, obviously, at this current moment, when this chart was posted, we were trading at about $7.65. We're looking at around like that $4 range to be tested on Link, and it is possible that we can get down to that range. In fact, I'm actually going to outline that within the chart, but I have been accumulating Chainlink no matter what. I did buy some at roughly like the $6 plus range. I bought some at $7, and I even bought some at $8, and I feel confident buying around these ranges because of the long-term targets, and we're going to be addressing those long-term targets, and we're going to be talking about it. But I'm just telling you guys right now, you don't need to FOMO in. You guys can be a little bit more patient on this, fifth wave down, if you will, or this ABC correction. But yeah, I mean, it is possible that we do see that demand range, specifically going back to like the 2020 summertime zone. Now, let's talk about why I'm actually pretty bullish on Chainlink. So obviously, I just made a video on Solana where everybody is, fairly bearish on Solana in the short term because, of course, Solana has been going down. It's this, it's that. I also do think that Solana is actually pretty bullish in terms of an area that we could be buying this at. But nonetheless, we did see Chainlink price feeds are now live on Solana mainnet with Chainlink oracles natively integrated on Solana's high-speed blockchain. Developers now have access to the most proven oracle infrastructure for building secure and scalable Web3 apps. And as we do really kind of see more and more adoption of, for an example, the Chainlink price feeds and things like that, this does open the doors for a lot more demand and adoption of this ecosystem. We continuously see, growth within the Chainlink ecosystem nonetheless, which will ultimately lead to, valuations going up for Chainlink or Link in general. Now, in fact, talking about this was not the only announcement that we've seen. In fact, in the last couple, weeks, going back as far as like May 30th, if you will, we did see Chainlink adoption update. This week, there were 12 integrations of 5 Chainlink services across 4 different chains: BNB Chain, Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana, with VRF v2 now available on Polygon, and price feeds on Solana Web3 development has been easier. And like I said, when we talk about things happening around Chainlink, do not miss out on this massive opportunity that we have. Because as we talked about DeFi summer, right? DeFi summer was huge. And we actually question on if there's going to be a round 2 of DeFi summer. I'm actually going to be addressing that in this video as well. But when we talk about what Chainlink has been doing, they have been continuously developing and building and growing out this massive ecosystem. And I've been a watcher of Chainlink since going back as far as like roughly the 2020 timeframe. It was when I really got into Chainlink. At that time, and obviously I didn't talk to you guys about Chainlink a lot because there was really no point on talking to you guys about Chainlink as we were at a pretty high price valuation anyways. It was like around this time back here where I was really kind of accumulating almost in the $4 range actually. So if we do breach down to these levels, this is basically levels that we haven't seen since that time, and I was a buyer back then during this time. It was like roughly around like $1.75 to like $3 were my initial buys, and then of course after that I accumulated the $4 range within the summertime, and I sold way too early on some of my Link. I still have quite a nice bag from that time, but it's nothing significant. And I did buy just recently Chainlink. I actually aped at around this time back here in this bottom range. It wasn't like the perfect bottom point, but the point that I'm trying to tell you guys is that I did accumulate and watch Chainlink basically build out this massive ecosystem. And it's not like it's a new token. Chainlink has been around for a while. I mean, you go back to when Chainlink really first launched, and this token launched back in 2017. And this did experience, a slight bull run at that time. But honestly, I would argue that, we've seen our first bull run this year. Or I shouldn't say this year, but 2021. But I still think that when we talk about Chainlink and what we have been seeing, we're going to continuously see major building happening on this massive ecosystem. And I do think that Chainlink is something pretty significant. We did see here smart contract automation enables advanced GameFi features such as the automatic distribution of in-game NFT rewards. Chainlink keepers have devs help devs, automate these processes in highly secure, reliable, and decentralized manner. And again, when we talk about things happening around a lot of these major categories within crypto, GameFi is one to really kind of focus on, especially for retail mass adoption. I love to see this. We also did see Chainlink talking about staking again. This goes back to June 2nd. Just as Chainlink Oracle networks can differentiate themselves, through proven performance, and strong reputations, staking will provide an opportunity for Oracle networks to set themselves apart by offering, increased crypto economic security. And we did see down here as Oracle networks implement reliability, best practices, increasingly robust infrastructure, they, reach a plateau around security impact. Staking is a mechanism that can empower Oracle networks to provide greater security guarantees and capture more fee opportunities. We do see down here, similar to proof of stake, blockchain's Chainlink staking aims to further incentivize honest node behavior. However, because Oracle networks achieve consensus around dynamic off-chain environments, Chainlink requires a sophisticated staking model for incentivizing nodes. And of course, I think I talked to you guys a little bit about this staking opportunity here in terms of their staking, overall mechanism. I think it's pretty significant, but we do see down here for a walkthrough they have this link in terms of like what is staking. We don't know when this is going to launch. A lot of people have been speculating like, oh, they're gonna launch it in the middle of a bear market and economic collapse. I think that everybody just believes that we're in an economic collapse and a bear market, and that's totally fine if you want to follow everybody else, but in my opinion, I do believe that we will see a wave 5 and we will see a massive bull run happen. Also, in terms of Chainlink, shout out to CoinsKid here, but I do believe that this is pretty significant. We do see here, all eyes on Link going forward. There are 2 blockchain events coming up this year where certain announcements could see the price per token explode. June, September, do you even stack the cube Chainlink? And I did say here, I've been stacking Link, watching for $140 to $160 to be targeted. A lot of people said misleading. It's funny that people are saying misleading. And like a lot of people are saying like minimum, laugh out loud, things like that. It's funny, right? People will laugh at, arguments like this and things like this, but I want you guys to understand that when we talk about Chainlink and we talk about these ranges for Link, I'm actually going to be addressing exactly why these targets will be most likely met, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about the long-term future here of Link in terms of price predictions. Also, in terms of DeFi Summer, we do see here from Income Sharks, shout out to Income Sharks for this, but we do see round 2 of DeFi Summer, the upside is huge if some projects start to move. And we do see over here, if we do talk about, getting back into this price demand zone, going back as far as like roughly the February-March timeframe, this would be a significant rally, and this would be enough to push a ton of these major assets like Chainlink to some significant heights. Now, of course, like I said, DeFi Summer of 2020 was pretty significant. When we look at the Chainlink chart and we go back to 2020, right? Let's go off of the March of 2020 lows. DeFi Summer was a great time to be in this market. And I'm not saying like everybody missed out on their opportunities. I'm just saying like, by the end of August, we were already at a 14x opportunity on Chainlink. It was insane off of those March of 2020 lows. Now we look at the area that we are at now, and could you imagine a 14x from here? I mean, think about it like this. A 14x opportunity would put this at around roughly $82 in terms of Chainlink. That is significant, and it is possible. But I will say this. The price predictions that I have for Chainlink go off the fib levels alone. I do believe that when we talk about where we could outreach to, 140 to $160 is right between the 1618 and the 1414. I think that this is a pretty conservative range, and honestly, I think that the market cap for Chainlink at around that range is nothing too impossible. I think that with everything launching on Chainlink, as we do see mass adoption basically taking over, and as we do see staking, being a possibility, I think that this is probably one of the most bullish assets right now within this market. And when we talk about, the bottom range here, when we talk about where we could bottom out on, yeah, it is pretty significant when you talk about where we could lead down to. We could see the $3.50 zone to about like the $4 zone. And if we do see that, right, so we're talking more so about like roughly, we'll say like this range here. And I know that this looks a little bit weird. So here, hold on one second. There we have it. So this would basically be the range that we would be trading at, $3.63 to like $4.30, and it doesn't have to go that low. I mean, like honestly, we could test the tops of these candle wicks at like almost $5 exact. That's totally fine. This would be a perfect buy range. And honestly, like even right around this range that we're at now, we basically tested the the summer of 2020 lows at around roughly it was like almost $6 exact. It was $5.99. So it was basically like a $6 test. We had a slight oversell happen on May 9th, so we could see our bottom already in. But it is something to watch for if we do kind of see that retest of these demand zones. It is something pretty significant. Now, obviously, if we are talking about where we could range down to, if we do lose this demand zone, then we're really kind of looking at a demand range of like $1.50, if you will. And that would be a very significant generational bottom for Link, in my opinion, especially when you look at the upside potential here. But in my opinion, when we look at the range that we could lead to, I do believe that $140 to $160 is something pretty significant. And like I said, off of the range that we just reached down to, we'll say going off of the summer lows, we could be seeing roughly a 20x opportunity to like roughly around the 25x zone. So it is a pretty significant upside. But like I said, when you look at things happening, DeFi summer of 2020 was life changing. So if we do see a repeat of DeFi summer, which it definitely is possible, especially if we could see Bitcoin kind of stabilize and have a nice sort of price move. That would be very, very, interesting to see really kind of play out and see where, Link could go to. I think that some of these fib outreaches are pretty significant where we are really kind of at now in terms of price analysis. Like I said, you really look at just like the all-time high from here, and it's almost, it's a 590% run, almost a 600% run, which is, incredible in terms of ROI value. So I don't believe that we should be overlooking Chainlink, especially with so much happening around it, and the integrations are adding up. And like I said, we really want to look at DeFi. DeFi is huge right now, and it's always, really been a main focus point. And I do believe that going forward, it's going to continue to grow out into a mass adoption area. And I do think that Chainlink is going to be one of those tokens that really do, succeed long term. Also, just so that you guys know, I am recording this video a little bit ahead of time, so prices are probably subject to change. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.